Hey moms, welcome back to the channel. And today, we're drinking.
In this version of kind of like that.
Drink with us.
In this episode of Drink With Us, we are drinking Bold Rock Hard Cider.
Yes.
Hashtag not sponsored yet.
But it could be.
So Melinda and I'm pretty sure we've talked about this before, are big fans of ciders.
Yes.
I do not drink beer of any kind. And before you think to ask, no, I won't like that one either.
She didn't even like the ones that, the Hefeweizens that taste like Fruity Pebbles. She didn't like Fruity Pebbles.
I was going to say, first of all, I don't like Fruity Pebbles. But anyway, so I went to a barbecue place here a while ago now, and I was like, well, what ciders do you have? And they were like, oh, we have Bold Rock. And I was like, never heard of it.
Bold
but
Rock.
Sure. And so I had it, and I said, like, as soon as I started drinking it, I took a picture, and I sent it to Melinda, and I was like, this is so good.
And I'm actually, now that I've tried it, I'm not surprised, but we've had a love affair with ciders since we were
not 21.
Not 21. You know, Woodchuck. That was our favorite. We made the mistake one time.
That made me
I
didn't expect to have that reaction.
Apple juice.
Involuntary.
Have you had one recently?
No, I
oh
cannot
my goodness.
drink them now. Cannot drink them now.
I had one recently. And I was like,
yeah, anyway.
This tastes like my daughter's juice. I'm like, this is awful.
It's a lot. It's a lot of sugar.
It's so sweet.
It's very sweet.
But Woodchuck, that's what we started with. And then we made the mistake of getting the pear Woodchuck one time. Oh, God, don't do it. But then Mike and I got one that was like, it was like a circus version or something. It had a special name, 802 or something like that.
That one was good.
Oh,
it was
my gosh.
It wasn't as sweet or heavy.
No, it was not as sweet or heavy. I don't think they make it anymore.
There was another seasonal one that we liked too, but I can't remember.
It was a little like drier. Yeah. So, and then we've just kind of like, then we found Angry Orchard.
Mm-hmm. And you've always liked Crispin. You've liked Crispin for a long time.
I have liked Crispin from like since first time I tried it.
It's not my jam.
So, well, and this one, this is pretty like, it's not really dry, but it's not sweet.
It's light though.
It's light. It is super light.
It's good.
Flavor, like color wise, it's super light too. So
it's almost white.
I've gone up to, I like Crispin. The Stella ciders are okay, but they're not my favorite. Mike likes the Stella Gold cider, but it's not Stella Artois, but it's too beer-like for me. It doesn't have an actual cider taste to me. And I don't like the other flavors.
I'm just going to do that after everything you say. I'm just going to look at the camera and make a reaction face.
I don't like any.
Good at that.
I don't like any of the other flavor ciders though, like the rosés or raspberry is not my jam.
I'm not like.
I just like good old hard apple cider, and Crispin is my favorite. Crispin, the original with the dark blue label. It's a fairly light colored cider.
Yeah, it's too dry though for me.
And dry is what it really is. Like, you know, you can drink something that, like, if you're, not to compare it to champagne, but I'm going to compare it to champagne. So, like, the more brut you go, like, there's the brut and whatever, you know, the things are. When you have a really sweet champagne, it's not dry in your mouth at all. It's, like, wet. I don't know how else to describe it, but you know what I'm saying? Like when you drink like what they call a dry champagne, like
it pulls moisture out of your mouth.
It does. Your mouth kind of salivates a little bit after that. And that's one of the things I like about Crispin. It's not so sweet, so cloyingly sweet that it makes my jaw clench, because it's not just sour that does that to me. When things are too sweet, it does that too.
That's never happened to me. I like sugar though.
Even Moscatos.
But the problem that I've been having, especially for whatever reason, like not like I guess really since I've had Oliver, is that like no matter what I drink, because everything that I drink is chock full of sugar. Definitely almost said silver. That doesn't make any sense.
The can is.
But like
Aluminum.
Angry Orchard has a lot of sugar in it. Even its original flavor or whatever. It's like
the original.
Yeah, it just doesn't have like it has a lot of sugar. Moscatos have a ton of sugar. Yeah. The type of mixed drinks I will drink have a ton of sugar. And so I literally, like, drunk or not, if I drink one drink, I have a headache. Like, my body just does not process the alcohol-sugar combination, like, for whatever reason. And I noticed when I had this at the restaurant, I did not have a headache after it. And they had one of the, like, taller ones.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, it's good. It wasn't, like, super expensive.
It's refreshing.
It is. I feel like you could drink this and not even think about the fact that
it's half gone already.
Yeah, it's really good. I like it a lot.
Like, refreshing-wise, it's almost like drinking...
a 7-Up.
Yeah.
Or ginger ale.
I like ginger ale, but I would go more 7. I actually was thinking, I was like, I can't compare it to Sprite. I love Sprite. But Sprite is so bubbly. This is not that bubbly. This is more like a 7-Up.
This is subtle, yeah.
But it's so refreshing. And these have actually been sitting out for a minute while we filmed a different video.
Yeah.
But even if they were cold, colder, like, pop it open on a summer day.
I feel like if they were colder, they'd be a little bit better. Because the one I had was, like, cold. And it was in a frosted glass or whatever when they gave it to me. But, no, I really like this one a lot.
Do you like ciders? It's also gluten-free. Spoiler alert. All ciders are gluten-free. But, which is actually one of the reasons, it's a crisp and refreshing Granny Smith blend. That's why it's not as sweet, because Granny Smiths are not sweet.
No, I know. It's 4.7% alcohol.
Yeah, so it's not like super high volume, but that's fine. Crushed and crafted in the Blue Ridge Mountains. Since 2012. It's a new one. Yeah, it's not that old. Oh, it also has cane sugar in it.
It's good, though. I do really like it.
You know what? Oh, light, and it does specifically say light carbonation. I like that. One of the ones that you and Mike liked was that JR Scrumpies.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I
can't get a thick one.
It's not filtered. It's like an organic, unfiltered. When we went to
It's like an apple cider with alcohol in it.
See, and I actually don't like apple cider.
I do.
Which I love hard ciders. But if it tastes like regular, like apple cider, I just can't. I don't like it. That's why when we did the Drunk Uncle video, that cocktail, I had apple juice. I didn't get cider. I did get unfiltered apple juice, but I just don't like cider. I never have.
We've only made like one drink according to the recipe. I guess this will be number 2 because we didn't change anything.
We didn't have to do nothing except open it up. But this is really good. But you and Mike liked that Scrumpies, and we went to Hilton Head.
I actually think that Scrumpies was the first I ever had, actually, because I'm pretty sure I had it when I went on vacation with Jonathan and his family in Hilton Head.
That's where we got it.
Yeah, and we got it from the same place, I think. And I was not old enough to have it at that point. No, yes, I was. Yes, I was.
Maybe?
I was 21. 21, 22. So, no, I guess it wasn't.
Nope, Woodchuck. Woodchuck was definitely the first one. Not that, I don't know that we say we regret it, but, like, you have to be introduced to things.
You like what you like when you like it. Who cares?
That's true.
I do remember I went to a restaurant, like a bar-type restaurant, like a Wild Wings or something in my hometown. And I was meeting a friend of mine there, and I sat at the bar, and I was waiting for him to get there. And I ordered a Woodchuck Amber, which was the one we always drank.
Yep.
And the guy next to me had, like, a Bud Light or something. And the guy next to me is like, I don't know who he is. He just started talking to me because, they do that for whatever reason. And he starts, like, talking shit to me.
This was recently?
No.
When was this?
Hometown.
When we lived there still?
When I lived there.
When you still lived there. Carry on.
And, I said in my hometown.
Well, yes, but we also visit sometimes.
Yeah, I don't visit people when I go now.
That's true. Parents don't count as people. Just in case you're wondering.
Well, those are ones you don't have a choice.
Well, anyways.
I don't have a choice.
Start talking to you.
And he was like, yeah, and he started, like, shit-talking my drink. And, like, started calling it a bitch beer and, like, saying all these things. And I was like...
He's drinking a Bud Light.
I said, how much alcohol does your Bud Light have in it? He told me, and I said, okay, well, mine has 5, so cram it. I was so irritated by that.
It's annoying.
But like, I've never been one of those people to make fun of people for what they drink.
No.
You're the one that has to consume it. You might as well like what you're doing. I mean, it's cool, I guess, if you're the type of person that drinks just to get drunk, but I'm not that person. If I'm going to drink something, I have to like what it is. And it also can't make me feel gross after having it either, which is why there's a lot of things I don't drink.
Yeah.
Because they make you feel horrible the next day.
That's true.
So, like, but I remember being so irritated about that. And I was waiting on Trevor. And, like, I remember when he got there, I was like, let me tell you I was so mad about it. I was like, let me tell you what just happened while I was waiting on you to get here. Thanks for being late, by the way. Like, I mean, I was so really frustrated.
No offense to anybody who drinks Bud Light. If that's your jam, that's your jam. It's not my jam. I don't like it. I will drink anything but Bud Light, Natty Light. What's that other one? There's a Coors Light. There's another one that's like gas station, like where we grew up. Okay. There's another one. I don't
drink beer. The only times in my life I've ever drank Bud Light is when I was already too drunk to taste it.
You right.
Which has been like once. And I was like, you know what? They're $2 right now. I can't tell the difference, so why not?
Yep. But anyways, ciders. This one's really good.
I like it.
Yeah.
I figured you'd like it because it's not overly sweet.
But it's hard to find.
It is hard to find.
It is hard to find. At least here in Atlanta, it's hard to find. Where did you end up finding it?
I didn't.
Oh. Do you know where she found it?
She didn't.
Oh.
She's being cryptic on purpose at this point. Dawn's husband Jake found them because he likes them. He found them at Kroger, I think.
Were they at Kroger? I have looked at Kroger, Walmart,
I think it's just which one you
Publix.
go to. I guess he went to the one up here in Pleasantdale, whatever. It's not Pleasant Hill.
I gotcha.
Pleasantville.
Duluth.
Whatever it is, yeah.
That one does have a big alcohol section.
The one up.
You know where I've not looked is the liquor store yet. Well,
so maybe
the
it's
big
not as
liquor
hard
store.
to find as we think it is, but it certainly seems like it.
Yeah.
And I don't know. And everybody that I've asked, they're like, "Oh, have you ever had this before?" They've never heard of it, but it's good.
It's definitely good. It's from. I mean, it's canned in Nelliesford, Virginia, and Mills River, North Carolina. You think it would be easy to find around here, but anyways.
Sorry, I can't help it.
You can't kelp it?
I can't help my jaw popped right the same time I said that. I can't help it.
It's all good.
This is my life now is being perpetually tired, even more so than before.
Who knew that having an almost 3-year-old was going to feel like having a newborn again?
The things they don't tell you about.
Have you ever read the books, The Shit They Don't Tell You About being pregnant the first year or toddlers?
No, but so far I've experienced probably all of it.
Oh my gosh. If you're looking for prenatal books. And if we ever do a video about this, I'll talk about it more. But I did the audiobook for Shit Nobody Tells You About Pregnancy. And it's a lesbian couple who went through in vitro fertilization, except for they used a turkey baster at home. But it was hilarious for one. And for two, she talked to all of these different parents about their experiences. Other lesbians, I think there was a gay man, there was hetero couples, like of single parents who got pregnant in all different kinds of ways. And then she does the same thing moving forward with like the first year and toddlers. In fact, the first year was one of the books that I got as a baby shower present. They're really good. I cannot remember the author's name at the moment, but she's also the one who narrates the audiobook. Like she compared...
I find that most people who are real about that kind of stuff, it does tend to be funny. Because, I mean, it's just so matter of fact.
I didn't want to... I had the what to expect while expecting, and I'm like,
I
don't want to read this.
Nope. I didn't read anything.
No.
Nope.
Well, I got notifications and stuff on my phone from the app I was using. So sometimes I read those. But then I actually just went in my inbox the other day, and I had like 872 emails, literally, from Parenting Magazine. Of
Good
like
grief.
all the, because they send you all of these emails, and I'm like, I haven't read any of these. I'm just going to delete them, and maybe they'll send them to me again when we have another one for me to not read again. It's interesting. She compared in the beginning of like when you get to, I don't know what stage this is, a plum or something. She compared the fetal size to like an Oreo or the sushi that you're not allowed to eat anymore.
Yeah.
Like
See,
that. I thought it was
none
really
of the
funny.
stuff that you're not allowed to do anymore didn't impact me at all. None of it.
Oh,
I already
yeah.
didn't do any of those things.
And you know, I've only had sushi like once or twice since Ari was born. And I love sushi. We just don't go.
You know what I really want that I haven't had in a long time since Oliver was born? So,
Should do that.
yeah.
But
I don't want to go. But pho is not something that you can get to go. Like it's not the same.
no, not unless it's
Not
coming
the
from
same.
down the street. And I don't think there's a pho place right
No,
here.
it's still not the same.
No. It's
No.
being at the restaurant.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's like ramen. There's ramen bars. If you don't have a ramen bar in your neighborhood, you should find one. Because it's so different from a ramen you make at home. And it's so
duh.
good. Well, but some people are like, oh, ramen, they just throw it in the water. No. It's so
No, I know
different.
it's completely different.
It's so different.
Well, Rick has a friend I'm also friends with on Facebook. If you're in Atlanta and need a real estate agent, we know a great one that we should have used. And anyway, his wife makes pho and stuff like all the time. And he always posts pictures, and I was like, because I wanted some so bad. It's so good, and like with the weather here has been kind of crappy lately.
That's
it's
when
so
you really
perfect.
want it.
Yeah, or if you're sick, it's like so good. If you're like, it's just perfect comfort.
There is the pho place, and there's a Pho 20 Pho in Sandy Springs, but you still have to drive there.
No, we would go to the one on Beaufort Highway.
Yeah, you're probably in the middle. It wouldn't matter which one you went to.
No, well, I know, but that's the one we know is good.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
Anyway.
anyways, this has been a video about a whole lot of nothing.
It's been a long few weeks, you guys.
Cider education, I suppose.
Even though we taught you nothing.
We taught you nothing.
You are now certified in nothing.
That's right. But you know what? Look, we need this time sometimes. She tagged me in this thing on Facebook earlier that said, oh, what did it say? It was so funny. I need to pull it up.
Okay.
Hold on.
I'll see if I can find it. If you...
It's like one of those,
It's Tumblr. It's a Tumblr Facebook page that shared it, I'm pretty sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Tumblr Made Me Do It, I think, is the Facebook page.
Mention me in a comment. Yep, Tumblr made me do it.
That's it.
It says friendship goals AF. It's like one of those pictures of a text message, right? And it says, hey, when I come over to your house, can we just cry for like an hour? And then the response is, yeah, obviously. Oh my gosh. So I commented and I said, that's normal, right? Hashtag besties for the resty. Like, duh. There's so many people pencil me in right tonight. Oh man. And then there's somebody who tagged like 1, 2, 3, 4 different women and says, okay, but like that one session as a group. Oh my gosh.
There's so many things to cry about. Like,
We haven't cried tonight yet.
too tired.
That requires
7 of these.
yeah. But sometimes that's what you need to do. You need to take time, not cry. Sometimes you
I definitely thought she meant crying. I was
not
like,
crying. Sometimes, but that's not what I meant. So you just need to take time. This is not that we don't get together and just drink all the time, but sometimes we get together and we just have a glass of wine or ciders, or we make drinks and talk with you all. Because we just need that to unwind and hang out.
yeah, that's kind of what the
And-
point was in starting
Yeah.
the series like this to begin with. It wasn't just to drink, it was to make new drinks and try new things
was
maybe.
yeah.
Or change the recipe completely so we're not trying anything new. And then, but it's just as meant to be like a hangout thing to
Yeah.
just talk about things that may or may not have to do with being a mom, I guess.
Yeah.
Because, part of our whole thing is there's more to being a mom than being a mom.
That's right. This is part of our self-care. Before we even decided that this was going to be our year for self-care. Like, this was still
These
something
are
we
also
already
some
did.
of my most favorite videos. Other than the serious ones that I love, as far as like lighthearted ones, I always have a lot of fun
That's
doing
because
this.
we're stupid.
I do end up laughing a lot. So when I watched the Valentine's Day one, I went back and watched, what was the one I watched after that? Oh, I went back and watched the Thanksgiving one? Yeah, the Drunk Uncle. I laughed like the whole time because I'm like, oh my gosh, like sometimes we're more us than we are other times, I think. And it just, when there's not a lot of pressure to meet like a content goal, you're a little more able to like just be yourself and like go with the flow or whatever. Vibe with your own energy.
Out. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's funny. And you know, sometimes when I watch it, like speaking of the Valentine's one, I think about all of the crap that Mike cut out. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
I'm so glad he left in when you, what was it you knocked over?
The freaking
The cup. The cup went rolling. I was like, I'm so glad he didn't cut that out because that was so funny.
Because I just talked about moving the cup so they didn't get knocked over.
You literally just stare at it as it rolls off onto the floor.
Oh, we'll link that one right here for you.
I'm just like, I think we both just stared at it like, of course. Like, why wouldn't that happen?
Oh, man. But thinking about, like, some of the moments that are just not in there, it's hilarious. Hilariouser. More hilarious.
Mo hilarious.
Mo hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. But anyways. Thanks for hanging out with us.
And putting up their shit.
We got a lot of shit sometimes.
Mm-hmm. And that's just stuff we're comfortable sharing.
Mm-hmm. Well, that one's empty, so it's probably time to move on to something else.
Move on to something else. That's it. No more Momestly me. She had her cider. She's done.
Oh man, that is super easy to eat. These could be dangerous.
Did you say eat?
Drink. You guys, I'm tired too. Okay. I'm not drunk.
Yeah, I was like, wait, it processed a little late, but you just kept talking. So I was like, maybe I misheard.
These could be dangerous to drink, though. Mm-hmm. Like, if you're not thinking about it and you just keep popping them.
You know what you could do? This is totally like, this kind of sounds like an alcoholic thing to say. But you know what you could do?
What?
Those types of fruity drinks and stuff that we drink, right? Mm. That we add Sprite. You could put this in instead of Sprite. I'm just saying.
I mean, you could.
It's light and refreshing enough. It's carbonated.
That's
it doesn't
true.
have as much sugar.
Sometimes it's not about the carbonation when we're adding Sprite to drinks. It's about the like crispness that Sprite brings to something.
And that's why I'm saying, like, you could put this. I don't know why you laughed at me. I'm just saying.
Because it definitely sounds like an
I know, like, you know what this liquor needs more of? More alcohol.
More alcohol. We don't need Sprite.
But I'm just saying, alcohol. I mean, yeah, but I'm just saying.
You could. You could.
I watched a bartender video the other day where the guy took Ciroc apple.
Is it the tipsy bartender?
Yes. He put green Jolly Ranchers in the bottle, shook it up, and put it in the freezer. I don't know for how long because I don't watch the videos with sound. I just watch what he does. But when he took it out, it was like this thicker vodka, and it was like solid green. And no mixer. That was it. And he put it in like a little tall shot glass, little round one.
I mean...
And I was like, dang. It's nice not to have to add mixers. Mixers is where you start getting your sugar and your calories and stuff. It's not just the alcohol.
Did I ever tell you guys about my sister-in-law? And I love her very much. But when she was doing this diet back when we were engaged still, so this was like 2010, 2011, she was doing this diet. A long time ago. And first of all, I got drunk because we were in Key West looking at wedding venues. And
wedding videos.
First of all, I got like drunk. We were down in Key West looking at wedding venues. And the first night we were there, we got sunburn going down US 1 down the freaking bridge to Key West from Miami to Key West. And number 2, we met my brother, my oldest brother, and my sister-in-law at the bar. We were so drunk. I was drunk. Everybody was drunk. But anyways, she was drinking cranberry and vodka. And I do like cranberry and vodka. I'm not knocking it, okay? But she told me, she's like, I just do cranberry and vodka right now because, vodka doesn't have any calories in it. And cranberry basically negates anything that would be there because it just goes right through you. So you got your liquor and your cleanse all in one. Cranberry vodka, but not cranberry cocktail.
Ugh.
Because there's sugar in that.
That's why it tastes better.
Oh, I just thought that was so funny. I tell people that all the time. And they're like, oh my God, that kind of makes sense. And I'm like, maybe if you want your alcohol and not to get a UTI afterwards, it makes sense.
Then maybe.
But I just remember that. I'll always remember that. I think it's hilarious. Because I like cranberry and vodka, but like, that was her reasoning for only doing cranberry and vodka because she's a wine person. She loves wine. But anyways, you know what would be good? This with some vodka.
I'm the alcoholic.
I did not say that. I said I agreed with you that it sounded alcoholic-y. But anyways, thanks for hanging out with us.
Mm-hmm.
Again. And, like this video, subscribe to our channel, hit the bell icon so you get notified when we post more silly content like this. And the serious content, too. And, soon. Very soon.
Hopefully.
Follow us on social media at Momestly on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And we will see you next time. Bye, Moms.